Alrighty, it's time to retire the jumper. The jumper has now made its way into the backpack, and hopefully the black t-shirt should absorb some of the heat from the sun and keep me a little bit warmer. So I haven't checked the temperature today, but if I had to make a guesstimation on what the actual temperature is today, I'd say it's probably about 18 degrees Celsius, I think. So there's a little bit of a chill in the air, nothing overly concerning, but once you're out walking it's not too bad. So winter in Perth's actually really not too bad. It's just when it rains a lot, that's when it's not too fun, but that applies to anywhere you are really. So yeah. Another day, but as you can see, the sky is starting to clear up. Not too many clouds out there, so it's nice to get a little bit of vitamin D today, much needed after being in office most of the week. A little bit of glare coming off the footpath in front of me, and it appears to be a bit of a swing set just over there. But I have actually never been to this reserve lake before, so it's interesting just to have a look and check it out and see what it's about. So yeah, then we've got the Australian magpie in front of me. Very cool. So yeah, we've got the old traffic just doing its thing behind me. Lady and her kid in front of me. Yeah, Exmouth Vista is the name of the street in front of me. Interesting, there's a place up north of Perth actually called Exmouth, probably about maybe 1,000 kilometers north of Perth, so a little bit of a trip. And I think there's another ibis bird just to the left of me. So there's quite a few ibis birds around by this lake. Yeah. Gosh, there's some nice houses, isn't there? So it's just starting to get a little bit darker and grey in the moment. So it may rain soon. What do we have over there? Careniup Lakes something. Just trying to unsee something village. Maybe it's like a retirement center or something. So yeah, interesting little park and lake. Very green, grass is very green. I like that. Actually in front of me is a car park, because I was looking before to see where the car park was, and I just assumed that there wouldn't be a car park out here. So I thought that possibly it must just be all street parking, because yeah, but it looks like there appears to be some parking up ahead, just up here. So it looks like there's some restoration work currently going on up there, so I think we're definitely going to have to go and check that out. And I've got a strong feeling I think there may even be some paperbark there. Paperbark, you say? Right, we best go have a look. There's going to be some paperbark. Oh, I think I see some paperbark. And what do you know? What do we have here? Oh, check that one out. Now that is a piece of paperbark. Well, as you can see, this here is a paperbark tree. This peels right off. So it's interesting to see. This is the inside of it. But look at the layers on the outside. Look how much bark there is. Could almost write a novel with that. Alrighty, let's go exploring in here. Now, there's a sign just a little bit further up. Now this is where the change of the white balance would be very good to help bring out some of the green grass. But hopefully this comes out nice and clear, crispy. Alrighty, this is a wetland restoration in progress area. So they are basically in the process of removing exotic and invasive weeds, planting of native species to revegetate affected areas, and conversion of the wetlands island into a designated wildlife refuge. Okay, sadly I think the GoPro is going to die because it literally just jumped down from 12% battery to 1% battery as I changed it to Super View. So the spare battery is in the car and not too sure where the car is, so the car could be about a kilometer or so away. So if the film dies, then thank you, see you next time. But oh, the Enduro battery, not the most reliable battery, I must admit. It seems to just be depleting and getting worse and worse every time I film something. But I did charge it, have it with me, but it's in the car, so that's not very helpful. But alrighty, it's saying I've got 1%, I think. Let me just flip that around and have a look. Yeah, 1%, so let's just keep filming until the end. Okay, it's actually quite a big park. Just keeps going around and around. So yeah, another playground to the left, just there. It's an interesting reserve lake, this one. There's always something new to explore and see in the lakes of Perth. So, just gotta make sure I'm going the right way. Maybe it's time to check the app to see where the car parks, because there's an option to keep going straight above over the hill, or there's a path that cuts down there. I've got a feeling the car could be down that way, so I need to do a bit of a guesswork or exploring to see the options and see where they go. Still on 1%, it's a good thing. Yeah, that path, I must admit, out in the nature trail was very sludgy, so you just could be mindful when walking through such sludge. Very slippery even with good Nike Epic Reacts on, but when you got that much mud, yeah, it can make it slippery. Alrighty, well, I'm still here, I'm still on 1%. So I have no idea what happened on from 12% to 1%. That's such a major drop. Maybe there's just some sort of malfunction with the battery and the actual reading of the levels. So in the past, when I've had 1% battery, boom, just been gone like that. Just yeah, so maybe there's more battery. Maybe there's like 5% battery, who knows? But last week I had the spare Enduro battery in my backpack. Today I charged it but didn't put it in my backpack, but it's in the car. I thought, oh, I've got heaps of battery, but should have learnt from previous experiences with the GoPro running out quickly. So, but that's okay. Lesson learnt, to put the charged spare Enduro battery into the backpack to take out trekking. Now I can see another ibis bird, water ibis down there. Some lovely, beautiful houses here. Have a look at them. Now these houses are like right by the lake, so pretty cool. If you're bored of staying in your mansion, why not just come down to the lake? Okay, now I'm not too sure where this path actually goes. morning. I am at Careniup Lakes Reserve today in Guelph, and today I'm just going to do a bit of a walk around and explore this lake. So far it's a very picturesque looking lake. The water is very clear and beautiful, and it's not murky as in some of the other lakes that I've seen lately, so that's a bit of a positive. It has a bit of a strange layout, this lake. The design of it just seems to be a little bit different to the others. It doesn't seem to have that really round circular layout. It seems to have just a kind of straight layout, like almost like a rectangle in a way. So that's quite interesting. So I'm gonna walk around, see what the lake has to offer. So we are currently in the suburb of Guelph, which is not far from the other lakes video that I did in Lake Guelph. So this one here is obviously a very much smaller lake reserve to walk around, but nonetheless it seems quite peaceful and scenic here so far from what I've seen. The grass is quite green, as you can sort of see, so very peaceful, relaxed setting. Okay, so it's Saturday morning today, and there's a few people out and about. There was another fellow and his kid out in the swing set, and another couple walking their dog. And have a look here. This park is very well maintained, unlike my hair. Okay, as you can see here, look at this grass, freshly trimmed. Would have been mowed pretty recently, which is good. And it's just very neat and tidy park so far. Sorry about the shadows overhead, probably not really helping, but there's a lot of tree coverage out here. So we're just going to keep walking around the path and see where we go. Yeah, there's a lot of bird life around here, and so it's quite nice out here. Let's just swing around and show you some of the lake. Okay, so I am notoriously brilliant at not being able to locate and find my car. So this morning I downloaded an app to locate the car, so we got that going at the moment, which is pretty good. So it has the precise location of where I actually parked the car, so when I'm ready to return to where the car is, I just got to open up the app and then just click where did I park the car, and the navigation should take me straight back to where I parked the car. So that is pretty epic. So yeah, so I'm not too sure if it's gonna rain or not. It looks like it's rained already a little bit today, so there was quite a fair few rain clouds as I was driving here, so got the umbrella just in case it decides to start raining today, but not sure if we'll need it. The sky's quite cleared up a little bit at the moment, which is good. So not very many people out here, but I think maybe because of the rain. But it looks like a good place to have a barbecue or whatnot. But, haven't seen any barbecue facilities here. And you can see a few ducks just out there plodding along in the little pond here. I'm most impressed with the quality of the water here, but that's due to a lot of the rain we've had. So if this was summer, I'm not too sure how good the quality of the water would be. Now I think further up to my right there, it looks like there's a white ibis. So I'm just going to stop this scene and put it on 1.4 times zoom and see if we can catch him a bit. Okay, there he is up there about 15 meters away. He almost looks frozen. I'm not sure. Maybe it's found some food, maybe it's found something to eat. Not too sure why, but it's checking something out. You see, it's just over there. Is he looking at me? Is he looking at a bird? Is he looking at his lunch? He's probably thinking, gosh, I'm hungry. Okay, I think he just wants to be a statue, maybe. Oh, he's thinking about something. Oh, he's got it. There's his lunch. Oh, perfect. He's done for the day. Well done. Alrighty. Onwards and upwards. Okay, it's a very beautiful, lovely, meticulous park. Look at some of these houses here. These houses are very nice and lovely. Why don't we just cross the road quickly and check out this little seat they have. So this is number 3. Look at this house here. Very cool. Well, out the front there, you just have a nice little seat, which is very cool. And there, you can see there's a nice little design of a tree. Very well thought out, very cool. So then whoever lives there can sit there and then just look directly across at the lake. Very well thought out. Okay, let's keep continuing on the path. Now this path seems to lead straight out onto the main road almost, or onto a street somewhere. There's a cool little bridge here. Great for viewing. Oh, back into suburbia. Yes, I guess it has to be done. Okay, so where are we? Mews and Grimwood and Hanlon Court behind me. So in case you're wondering where I am, we are in the city of Stirling. With my ultra long arms, I'm able to get up there and show you. Okay, so now we've got the main concrete footpath. To the left here is a nice little bench where you can sit down, enjoy a meal, have some soft drinks or whatnot. Ah, what do you know? There's our little mate. Hello. Well, that means that I forgot to turn it off 1.4 times zoom, so I'm kind of glad that we saw him again. Right here, time to turn the zoom off. So, what are my initial impressions on Careniup Reserve Lake, or Careniup Lake Reserve? Undecided at the moment. It's very close to the road and you got houses on the other side, so it's kind of hard to feel a bit more at peace with nature here. But I like the idea of it. It's pretty cool how you've got a park very close to, you know, the housing. Yeah, so it's okay. So I'll just keep trekking around and whatnot. But it's not like it's a big major lake reserve. We sort of get right out and away from the hustle and bustle of the traffic and whatnot. But yeah, it's okay. It's very swampy, but that's okay because I kind of like swamps, swampy things. Lots of crickets chirping. I don't know if you can, the GoPro is picking it up, but there's a lot of crickets chirping out there. So just doing a bit of a lap at the moment, but yeah, just basically just feels like we're walking on a footpath by the local traffic, so it doesn't feel like too much of a nice peaceful walk in a way. But yeah, it's very scenic to my left. You know, you got the parks in there, the water, the lake, birds, wildlife. So idealistically, excuse me, got the frog in the throat. This is like a good place to come for a walk after work or something, or on a Sunday with your family or whatnot. So yeah, now I'd say we're in quite a nice, rich suburb actually. Looking at the houses out here, a lot of these houses people, you know, looking at 700,000-800,000, close to $1 million Australian dollars. So that's why the park, I believe, is probably so well maintained. Wow, it's very scenic over here. Look at the park, luscious and green. See, if it had been a very cloudy day today, I probably would have had to adjust the white balance, but the sun's come out, so I don't think I'll need to do that. Yeah. Continue on the path of the footpath I shall go. Alrighty, we've got a nice sign here. Okay, the city of Stirling appears. So we've put a brand newish kind of sign here. So compared to like the Lake Booragoon sign and a few of the others, this sign looks like it's, you know, recently been put up in the last few years. So it's about the Careniup Wetlands Restoration Project. So yeah. And then we've got another sign to the left here. This looks a bit more weathered and older than that sign. But I guess it's out here in front of the elements. So yeah. Okay. Please do not feed the birds. Unfortunately, feeding by humans is the probable cause of death for many of our beautiful native ducks and swans. That's interesting to know. I'm going to read that out again. Unfortunately, feeding by humans is the probable cause of death for many of our beautiful native ducks and swans. Which is very true. That's why they say don't feed the birds, don't give the ducks bread, because they can swell up and it can kill them. So, yes. How does this happen? All uneaten food pollutes the waterways, even fruits and vegetables. Processed food, especially bread, can cause a fatal disease called avian botulism once it gathers toxic algae from the water. There's that term, botulism, again. Now, I've come across that on signs many a times on our journeys, haven't we? So that gives a bit more of a definition towards botulism. Okay. Birds can also become dependent on the food you provide, which stops them from moving on once their natural food source is depleted. Remember, birds instinctively migrate to other water sources abundant with their natural forms of food. Alrighty, let's check out the lake from this viewing area. Whoop, mindful of the step. Alright, hello there. I'm not sure if you can see me, but I can sort of see you a bit. So I think we're about 3/4 of the way through the path. So far so good. Not very many people out here today, so not sure why, but a lot of people just tend to gather indoors in winter for some reason. But I don't even think there'd be that many more out here, even if it was summertime.